How can I make things right with my wife after wrongly accusing her of cheating? I'm really struggling right now and could use some advice. My wife, 29, and I, 32, have been married for 4 years and have been discussing having a baby in the next year or two. Recently, I made a terrible mistake that's put our relationship at risk, and I'm desperate to make things right. My wife had a close friend she used to hang out with a lot before we met. They'd go to the movies, have coffee, and talk frequently. Once we started dating, she significantly reduced the time she spent with this friend, and now they only see each other occasionally, usually when I'm present or when we're with our mutual friends. I never say to her to do this, but it seems they always had this kind of agreement. When one or both are in a relationship, their friendship is scaled down, not to complicated things, her words. Lately, I've been under a lot of stress at work, working long hours, and feeling overwhelmed. Around the same time, my wife's sex drive decreased and lately is none or almost none, which made me very suspicious. We both have high sex drive and she usually initiated maybe 40 to 50% of the time, and lately the only thing that I had was a long desert of nothing. I started seeing signs of cheating in everything she did, every phone call, every laugh while talking on the phone, every text message, every trip to the mall. I didn't want to be that type of husband that spies on the wife or on her phone. So, eventually, I confronted her about it. I may have lightly implied that her friend was the cause. And I know, huge mistake, and no, I didn't have any proof. I only want to talk to her. But things escalated very fast and I lost the control of the conversation. She was understandably hurt and angry, but showed me her phone and tablet to prove she wasn't hiding anything. It was clean. No dating application. Her conversation was with people we know. The last time she talked with her friend was almost 2 weeks ago, and was him asked for a phone of a cake factory that my wife is always saying marvelous things. He wanted to order a cake to his girlfriend, and before anyone asked, we went to the birthday party and the cake was there. And it turns out that her low sex drive was due to a change in her birth control. It seems that her hormones were getting crazy and she wasn't feeling well with the change. At first, she couldn't see any difference in the change. She only noticed something was wrong when she noticed that lately she hadn't felt like having sex at all. She says, 9 days ago she discussed with her doctor and she's now switching to another brand, and the changes are happening gradually. She explained that she didn't tell me sooner because she wasn't feeling well, and the birth control was messing with her head as well. She apologized for not keeping me informed, but that doesn't change the fact that I made such a serious accusation without talking to her first. Now, she's really mad at me and is considering going to her mother's place for a while. She's hurt that I accused her of cheating, especially with someone she barely sees alone anymore. And she reminded me that they never had sex, something I knew from the beginning, and she scaled down their friendship for me. I realize now how wrong I was and that my work stress and her behavioral changes made me irrationally jealous. I don't want to lose her. I know I messed up badly and want to fix things. What can I do to make amends and rebuild the trust I've shattered? Has anyone been in a similar situation and managed to turn things around? Relevant comments. Comment: wow, you really messed up here. Accusing your wife of cheating without any real evidence is a huge breach of trust. No wonder she's so mad at you. Instead of talking to her and trying to understand what was going on, you let your jealousy take over. You need to seriously work on your communication skills and trust issues if you want any chance of fixing this. And be prepared that she might not forgive you easily or at all. Comment: are you sure your wife is telling the truth about the birth control? It sounds like a convenient excuse. You might want to ask her if you can go to the doctor with her to confirm her story. If she has nothing to hide, she shouldn't have a problem with that. You need to be sure you're not being played here. Comment: I understand how stress can make us act irrationally, but you need to own up to your mistake and show your wife that you're committed to making things right. Start by giving her a heartfelt apology, acknowledging how much you hurt her, and explaining that your accusations were a result of your own insecurities and stress. Then, work on rebuilding her trust by being open and honest. Offer to go to couples counseling to work through this together. Show her through your actions that you're willing to change and support her. It's going to take time and patience. Update: 97 days after the last post. I want to thank you all for the good and bad comments. I seriously thought about not making any updates and just forget this sad episode, but for the help I received, here it goes. My wife left home the day after I posted here and went to live with her parents. The first few days were incredibly tough, and I don't even know how I managed to get through. I know she wasn't well either because her brother had the kindness to stop by after 3 days and tell me how she was doing. She had asked for some space, and I respected that, but after 5 days, I couldn't stay silent anymore. I started sending her small messages, apologizing and asking how we could fix things. She always responded, and slowly, we started talking again. I think the time apart actually helped us a bit. After 2 weeks, we were talking on the phone every day, and in the last few days, we even talked for hours. It almost felt like when we started dating. She finally suggested we meet, and we had a long conversation face to face. It's true that we had already talked a lot on the phone, but it is certainly different in person. We agreed on the following steps. Couples counseling. I will do individual counseling to address my stress and jealousy. I will reduce my work hours, since the stress was killing me. She will change jobs and go to work with her father in his store. This is a big sacrifice for her, but she says maybe it's time to learn the trade of the family, which will help compensate for my decrease in work. We will communicate openly about everything, medically, work, and sexually, so that there is no more miscommunication. She's back home now, and 3 months after our big argument, we're slowly getting back to normal. I know we still have a lot of work to do, and I'll never forget how it felt when she left. For those of you who suggested she might have been lying about the birth control, I did check, and I saw the different brands myself before she left home. After she came back, we had a consultation with her doctor. She explained the complications of the birth control and provided other options. I had never been to the gynecologist with her before, and I think she wanted me there to hear the explanation directly from the doctor to clear any doubts. I'm incredibly lucky because, for a moment, I thought I had lost her forever. To anyone reading this, please think twice before accusing someone without proof. Relevant comments. Comment. You are really lucky that your wife was willing to work things out with you. If my husband had accused me of cheating without any real proof, I don't think I could forgive him. Trust is everything in a relationship, and once it's broken, it's incredibly hard to rebuild. I hope you appreciate the second chance you've been given and work hard to make sure something like this never happens again. Comment. I'm sorry, but what you did was completely unacceptable. Accusing your wife of cheating based on nothing but your own insecurities is a huge betrayal. She deserves better than that. It's good you're going to counseling, but honestly, I wouldn't blame her if she still left you. Trust is a fundamental part of any relationship, and you shattered it. Comment. Good luck to you. It sounds like you're taking the right steps to fix things, and it's great that your wife is willing to give you another chance. Counseling and open communication are key. I hope you both can come out of this stronger and more connected. Stay committed to the process, and remember that rebuilding trust takes time and consistent effort.